People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end.
Welcome to this edition of Chit Chat. I'm here today with Ollie. He is the newest member of our collection of ventriloquist figures. Yes, it's true. I like it. I like being here in California. So he's got a great accent, great British accent. You know, I always wish I had an accent like that. Well, you could try. You could kind of try to imitate me. I guess I could. Maybe I'll work on that another time. But this is a Len Insel Jr. figure, and Len Insel Jr., the son of Len Insel Sr. You know, they made Len Sr. made over 2,000 different types of items, including heads and bodies. You were made by his son, Len Jr. Yeah, I knew that. And he was acquired by a magician who was in America, in Louisville, Kentucky, a guy named Bill Dodson. Bill Dodson was a magician. I remember him. I remember Bill. Yeah. Did you do magic? A little bit. Yeah, I would imagine you did. So when Bill Dodson passed away, our good friend Tom Ladshaw was able to acquire you. Yeah, I hung out with Tom. He's a good guy. Good guy. So Tom took care of Ollie for a while, and now I'm in charge of taking care of you. And we're going to take good care of you here, along with the other lads that we have. So what I wanted to mention, though, is that your accent reminded me that some years ago I wrote a poem, actually a sonnet, in the English style, British style. I think it's appropriate. It's called a Shakespearean sonnet or English sonnet with 14 lines and iambic pentameter and a rhyme scheme that follows the Shakespeare pattern. Yeah, let's hear it. Well, it's about wishing I had an English accent, you know, because it sounds so sophisticated, you know, just so much more intelligent than the old American accent, right? American, right? Yes, I agree. So let me go ahead and try to recite this from memory. It's been a while, but I think it goes something like this. I envy men who speak with British tongue, whose perfect words and breath of English air give voice to echoes ancient and yet young, exude the proper and the debonair. If such an accent I had ever had, I think I would have gotten better grades, impressed my parents' friends when just a lad, been quite the ace at parties, at charades. I would have turned the eye of every lass when I'd exclaim how Shakespeare's verse is wry, when toasting friends and raising of my glass, when openly I'd wept for Lady Di. But no way, man, can I talk so darn swell. And thus I envy lads who speak so well. Genius! I love it. That's great. That's great. You got to do more of that for me. Well, we'll work on it. Well, thank you today for watching this edition of Chit Chat with Ollie, right? Yes. Ollie's our largest figure. You know, usually the figures you see in Chit Chat are sitting on a little pile of books. This guy's just sitting on the bench here. He's really quite large. And his body, by the way, came from England along with his head. That's not true of all the Insel figures. Most of the heads that we have the heads that we have of Insel figures in America obviously came from England. That's where these guys were created. But the bodies in America were often built by American company. I think Mahoney Studios. So we are fortunate to be able to have a full original body of Ollie and his head. And thanks to Austin Phillips for doing some repair work. Right here, he had a little bit of a tear, and his eyes were a little slow to move. And now, as you can see, he has weighted eyes. So if you tip his head, his eyes go back and forth. I had no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, thanks for watching this edition of Chit Chat, and we'll see you next time.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end.